Year-round school would be good for children in the United States. They wouldn't have to relearn what they forgot in the first month. They wouldn't have to relearn what they learned in the first month, what they learned the year before, when school got out for their summer break. Sometimes children forget what they learned during the summer, from the year before. There are more schools in the United States that are year-round than what people think there is. Children should go year-round so they don't have to be retaught what they have learned from the year before. So we're going to talk about traditional schools. What is traditional school? Traditional schools is when kids go to school 12 months out of the calendar year. There's 86% public schools that actually have year-round schools. There's actually 3,181 year-round schools instead of public schools. Children were actually used in the summer for crops, so that's why they have the traditional school where you only go to school for 10 months. Because back in the days, the kids were needed to work in the fields, so that's why they did a 10-month calendar. They did have the standard holiday breaks that they follow now, back then too, but sometimes they have more breaks now than what they did back then. Children actually go 180 days a year, 180 days a year for school is what they go for. So let's talk about year-round school. Year-round schools was actually started back in the 1800s, but they went back to traditionals because they needed the kids in the fields. There is 3 different kinds of schedules that you can use for the year-round school, where you could go to school for 45 days and out 15 days, or go to school 60 days and out 30 days, or 90 days and out 30 days. Then there's two kinds of year-round school you can follow: a single track or multi-track. The single track is where it's just a traditional calendar year getting off the same holidays. Then there's the multi-track where when kids are out on holidays, there's another set of kids in school. So when the other kids are in school goes on holidays, the one that were on holidays are in school, so that the building is always being used and there's no empty building at a time. So that's better for the schools to always have somebody there during the time. So this is like the calendar for the traditional year, where they go for so many days and then they're out so many days and then their breaks. And then this would be a year-round school calendar, where they talk about the 45 days, out 15 days, out so many days, and then back in calendar. So now let's talk about states. What states have year-round school? There's actually 46 states in the United States that do year-round school. There's actually 3 million kids K through 12 that go to school year-round in the United States. There's even some here in Illinois. There ain't much local here, but there is, like up in Chicago area, they have year-round school. So why would it benefit? We'll talk about why it benefits children and parents. Why it benefits children is that kids wouldn't learn. Kids wouldn't forget what they learned the year before. They would have their same memory from time to time being year-round. They wouldn't forget anything that they've learned. Children won't get bored during the summer. Kids get bored during the summer. Kids get in more trouble during the summer because they're bored and have nothing to do. And then there's the cost of daycare. Parents wouldn't have to worry about daycare for a whole 3 months. They don't have to worry about like 2 weeks at a time. Maybe get it like a high school student for like 2 weeks instead of trying to figure something for 3 months, because daycare does get expensive. And sometimes it's hard because your daycares get full and everything. So it's hard to find daycare. So now we're gonna talk about pros and cons, about year-round schools. So pros and cons, for school, the pros would be the school building, that the building would be occupied all the time instead of it being empty for 3 months. So then like no one would try to break in the school or anything during the summer, there will always be someone there. Children do better, cause they'll have their memory and they won't have to worry about forgetting anything. They actually will do better for year-round than they would a traditional school. So some of the cons would be the scheduling conflicts and breaks, because like sometimes parents can't get vacation when kids are off, or like they get certain holidays off, and parents have to find somebody with a year-round. They can try to figure that out than the traditional way. And then the buses and lunches and programs, they do cost more, but in the long run, it would work out. And in the long run, it would be better, because then the kids are actually being benefit, and then the more they do it, then the cost wouldn't be as bad. So let's talk about other countries. Finland goes 190 days a year in their school, with all their breaks. South Korean goes 220 days a year, and 220 days a year there. And then both Finland and South Korean is actually ranked higher in math and science than the United States, because of the year-round programs that they have there. There is other countries that do it too. I know China and Japan have year-round schools. So if it works in other countries, then why don't United States do it more in there? I think the kids would benefit going year-round school. One, so they could actually learn more because they're in school longer. They don't forget during the summer breaks. Parents wouldn't have to worry about daycare for the summer. They wouldn't have to worry about what their kids are doing while they're at work during the summer, because they know their kids would be in school. Everyone has their own opinion about year-round school, but I think year-round school would be a good idea. I wish they had that here in Decatur. If year-round school has worked in other countries, why don't United States actually push for it more? Because it would benefit here. So I just think year-round school would be good. Thanks.